continues, and we're hopefully winding down here. We just made an announcement that our intention is to be finished at 6 p.m. We'll have the workers on the floor start to wind down about 5 o'clock, and then have the tabulators, the machines, start to wind down at 5:30, so we can adjourn at 6 and a little bit more promptly. So with having said that, we started today with 10 municipalities that were finished, and then 4 that were ready to be counted, and then of course the city walk continuing on. So right now, as of now, we're at 16 of the 19 municipalities in Milwaukee County have been completed. Of that, we have Greenfield, which is over here at the moment, and we expect them to get on the tabulators tomorrow. And then the city of Milwaukee, of course, will be continuing on, and then the village of River Hills, which was here on day 1, I believe, will be coming back just to finish up, and that shouldn't take very long. So out of the 460,000 approximately ballots cast in Milwaukee County, as of right now, we're at about 380,000 processed. Okay? So with that, I'll take questions.
George, that progress seems quite good compared to what it was, or what's your end date guess now with that data?
Boy, everyone wants to know that end date. People are, again, I remain very optimistic. I still just feel as though we will need Friday. I just don't see us finishing tomorrow. So I'm going to say, I had said Saturday before. I'll hedge it and say Friday. How's that sound?
Kind of quiet day today. Anyone escorted out? And if you could give us a wrap of all the days.
No. There's been no problems whatsoever today. Again, nothing. It's been very quiet, very peaceful, very productive. I'd have to look at my notes again in terms of, but overall for the 5 days, there were 7 people total escorted out by the sheriff's office. But aside from that, probably a handful or so of people that were asked to leave or take a break from their own parties. And so we worked very well together with both the Trump campaign and the Biden campaign to address those issues. And we're very happy about how that progressed as we went on.
George, have you had any, I know that there were a lot of COVID precautions put in place. Have you had any issues with anyone getting sick, or what does that look like?
Thank God, no. I haven't heard of anything, and so at this point in time, things are progressing well, and hopefully we feel we've taken every precaution we can under the certain these conditions we have and the certain circumstances we've been dealt with. So we feel that we've done our best we can, and so far it's been okay.
The board has been pretty quiet as things have gone on. Will that ramp up at the end, or is it a quiet finish?
Well, it should be a quiet finish. At some point we announce the results, and then we get back home to our families and to safety.
On the Milwaukee ballots, 386, were those processed today, and were there any issues with any of those that you know of?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay. So those would have been processed.
They were processed or in process. I haven't been over there to follow up on that. They haven't come back to the board or the commission, so I'm really not worried about it.
Do you have any reaction to the Wisconsin Voter Alliance filing a lawsuit saying that the results should not be certified in the state?
I thought I heard something about that earlier. I really don't even know anything about it. Not interested in it. My job's here.
George, what has been the reaction from both campaigns? It seems like yesterday was good, today was good. Are we at a spot where this is kind of like a well-oiled machine?
Yeah, I think it's gone pretty well. I think both campaigns are working well together. I think the lawyers are working well together. I think the floor people are working well together. And I think if you remember back to 2016, it was certainly a different atmosphere. We were playing music in between the commission in sessions, and by the end of it all, a lot of people were joking around. So it's certainly a different atmosphere, but again, at the same time, I feel as though we're all really working together pretty well.
Is it still tense?
No. I don't.
Just when you said it's different from 2016.
Well, because we're in the middle of a global pandemic, I would think is the reason. Other than that, everything is okay.
Anything you would do differently?
I guess anything I would do differently is just try to bring those tensions down early in the process on day 1, day 2. Try to get to this point where we're at now and yesterday with the the attorneys and the floor reps for each campaign. Certainly, my plan is, after this is all done and I've had a chance to rest, is I'll always go back and look and say, how could I've done better, how can my office have done better, and so on. I mean, that to me is something that I think is always good, responsible government and just personal practice.
George, you said that or that the count was really behind in the first couple days. You know, what has changed to allow the county to now be at 16 out of 19 municipalities?
Well, again, those those objections have been dealt with, and so they've been able to work through those faster. And I think that's the issue. Those set-asides that we've talked about quite a bit in the last few days of these absentee envelopes and those reasons. There's just no more objections, frankly, that either campaign's able to make, quite honestly. So we're almost done, folks, and let's finish strong. Thank you.
You don't know